So what's up, man? Today we're gonna be doing a video on the uproar that Tamir Rice's mother caused when she called out a lot of these activist influencers for just using her child's name for money,
profiting.
Yeah, but pretty much all these black bodies get used to profit off of.
Well, let's be specific. Black male bodies.
Yeah, I would definitely say that, but definitely they've been milking Breonna Taylor a lot since she was murdered. They definitely created.
Yeah, somehow Floyd. Somehow he came back up in the picture, and she's overtaking him again.
Yeah,
which I'm not trying to make it a compete against.
It's not a competition, but the point has to be made. George Floyd's trial, jury selection was going on, and
somehow
the headlines turned into
Breonna Taylor.
But anyway, we're gonna get into a little bit.
Say her name.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a little bit of stuff that she said. We're gonna skip over this because we'll talk about this afterwards. We're gonna focus on the Grammy performance that Little Baby put forward. Look, man, I think. Do you think he was doing it sincerely?
I don't know. No, I don't think
you don't think the song is sincere?
No, I don't.
Okay, so they did a performance, and Tamir Rice's mother came out and blasted them for being, fake as hell, as she called it. She said some of her comments were on her Instagram. She said, "I'm tired of you Black Lives Matter." Tamika Mallory called her name directly, and crew bitches that's riding these family back, and y'all ambulance chasing attorneys Ben Crump and Lee. Listen, I'm so glad she said that. We just did a video on that. Thank you. What did I call them? I said they're ambulance chasers.
Yep. They're Lee and Ben. They are literally black. They the black.
What's that woman name that every time a woman, the famous attorney?
Lisa.
Yeah, every time somebody
gets the Me Too movement, she was a representation. They the representation for the black dead bodies.
Yep. So y'all have fuck up. Y'all have fuck up our fight, and y'all can kiss my ass too. Make it make sense. You can't working with the devil. It's too easy to do.
Fuck y'all.
Then she went on to say, "I have tried to stay off this shit. Tamika and the crew, you bitches chasing." Oh, this is she pretty much said it again. She said even more than that. She said, "Y'all literally fuck our fight up. I hope not another family soul used y'all to represent them. Y'all might as well be pig cops." Cause you remember that I'm mad as hell.
You remember that whole, what's that guy that got shot by the female police officer in Texas?
I think I forgot his name.
He pretty much told the family to forgive her so that they could get a
chance to file civil lawsuit.
Yeah, because it would make it seem more like sympathy.
Yeah, sympathetic. Yeah, it's funny. They the ones that need to seem sympathetic, not the one who killed their brother and son. But yeah. And now Lil Baby, he had a comment. I don't think it was a direct response to her, but he had a comment before the performance. He said, "My performance is important to me. I had to make sure it was right." He said, "Nominations aside, actually performing the bigger picture means the most to me. I paint pictures with my songs, and I wanted the performance to bring the picture to life. Just like with the song, this performance had to reflect the real, no sugarcoating. My family, my fans, and my city know who I do this for."
Shit.
You don't think it was sincere, man?
No, I don't think it's for sincere. I don't think nothing a celebrity do is for sincerity. I think everything they do is clout chasing and attention. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I can agree sometimes. But his mother, Samaria Rice, and the mother of the killed the guy who was killed in L.A., Richard Reiser, I think how you say his name. They both came out in an official statement. They used the influencer on Twitter. I think her name is Raw Cox. That's her name on Twitter. I'm sorry, I don't know her real name, but they used her to get the official statement out. Her and a few other, and the official statement reads: Tamika D. Mallory, Sean King, Benjamin Crump, Lee Merritt, Patrice Cullors, Abdullah, and the Black Lives Matter Global Network. Didn't I tell you that was the main one? Need to step down, stand back, and stop monopolizing and capitalizing off our fight for justice and human rights. We never hired them to be representatives in the fight for justice for our dead loved ones murdered by the police. The activists, you got to put it in quotation marks, have events in our cities and have not given us anything substantial for using our loved ones' image and names on their flyers.
Now, isn't this just what Mike Brown's father came out and said in Ferguson?
Yep, he wanted $20 million from the $90 million that was raised. He's like,
we're not even gonna go in on him, but yeah, he came out and pretty much said the same thing. How the Black Lives Matter has not given them anything. The city anything.
Yep. Now, some of their demands are: 1, step down from the spotlight for our fights. Do not do any more interviews, make any more T-shirts, or hold any more press conference or events in the name of our loved ones. The second one, Black Lives Matter Los Angeles should pay me, Lisa Simpson, as I am the mother of Richard Reiser. They had the press conference for the 49-day encampment when my son Richard first got killed. They campaigned to raise $5,000 to my son's funeral. I never received one penny in the money they raised.
And $5,000 is not enough.
$5,000 not enough. They kicked me off the encampment because they did not like how I chose to fight for my son. 3, financial assistance for the Tamir Rice Foundation from all who have exploited Tamir Rice, Tamika Mallory, Sean King, Benjamin Crump, and Black Lives Matter Global Network. I, Samaria Rice, purchased the building in 2018 and needs remodeling, operational funds, bulletproof windows for the lower level. Damn, hold on.
Where you at? Damn, you in the hood.
Nah, I don't know. Cooling and heating system, commercial flooring, restrooms, furniture, piano repairs, new internal doors, etc. So you want to remodel building.
Hold on. Let's go back to the bulletproof windows for the lower level.
Yeah. Well, she's the way she sounds like one of those revolutionary.
Yeah, she on
like,
some Black Panther type shit. Like if it has to go down, it has to go down.
You know,
type shit.
The real Black Lives Matter activists were killed. The black man over in Ferguson, Darren Seals, and all those people. Those were the real ones on the ground. All of them popped up dead. So she's one of those people. She said bulletproof first floor.
Bulletproof windows.
Yeah. Housing fund. This is the fourth demand. Housing funds for Lisa Simpson as I am battling homelessness with my current children. My son Richard was killed by LAPD and I was offered no assistance from Black Lives Matter. I am currently living in a motel with my children and I need funds for housing.
Now, how much money did Black Lives Matter get?
$90 million. Allegedly.
And they couldn't afford
but they were given $90 million, or at least that's what they raised. But remember, they were you had a whole bunch of corporations pledging billions to them.
So Black Lives Matter has received billions.
Or pledged billions, yeah.
Or pledged billions. And they didn't. Let's talk about this woman, Lisa. She says she is homeless, living in a motel.
So they haven't even helped her.
Y'all didn't even help this woman get no housing assistance.
Well, remember, the Black Lives Matter chapters were coming out against the Black Lives Matter Global Network, saying we're not getting any funding from the top to the bottom. They're hoarding all the money.
So where is the money going? Where is the money going?
Well, we had a response from Sean King. He wrote a piece on the North Star. You got to subscribe to read it. But some of his comments saying were ultimately, what I know is that a grieving mother like Samaria Rice has every right to be skeptical and hurt and suspicious and cynical. She wasn't born that way. But this evil and unrelentingly racist country forced her into that corner. It's our job to gracefully and patiently help her find her way out. So he basically saying she's just a bitter woman. She's a bitter mama. She's talking crazy. She can't help what she's talking about because this country just made her so mean and bitter and angry. But this right here was the craziest part.
That's what that white man said.
But mostly my heart breaks for Samaria Rice, whose pain, anger, grief, and fury we must try to understand. Over the past 10 years, I'm sad to say that I've worked with hundreds of black mothers whose sons were murdered by American police. And I've walked with those mothers through many stages of grief, including a place of frustration and disillusionment, where many of them ultimately find themselves. There, they struggle to trust anyone because they have been failed by everyone. So is he really kind of, he's being sort of kind of gaslighting a little bit, ain't he? It's kind of, you can't help what you're going through, Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I spoke with Tamika.
He's being patronizing.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. He's being very patronizing. I spoke to Tamika last night. She never met Samaria, but a son that is just about Tamir's age and has always grieved publicly and privately for the unspeakable loss Samaria has faced. Nearly 20 years ago, Tamika tragically lost her son's father to a senseless act of gun violence that could have easily derailed Tamika's life if she let it. For the past 20 years, she's giving her whole life to fighting for our people in every way she has known how.
Well,
Did he just kind of like, hey, she handled it better?
No, he's saying that. Well, Shamir Rice, she's trying to, she's asking to move forward by y'all giving her some sort of substance because she's already created something. She just needs help bringing it up from the bottom. Pretty much, that's what she's saying.
She wants y'all to stop milking your movement.
She's like, let the people who built for this shit
do it.
Get in line. Lead it.
Mm-hmm. But we're gonna get into another person. Melania Abdullah responded as well. She had comments for the mother. We're gonna play the whole video.
She's a witch.
We're gonna play the whole video and then we respond at the end.
I want to remind folks that there's only 3 reasons that people would do that, would try to disrupt a movement. Either they work for somebody other than the people, either they're driven by ego, or their pain is being manipulated by the state. And so I'm not going home just because somebody said go home. I will not do that. I will fight with my last breath until our people are free. And God has told me that my last breath is going to be a long time coming. I am here in this fight for the long term, as are my entire crew. Ashe, ashe. As is my entire crew. We are committed to Black liberation struggle, and it is what it is. I see you, Brother Sean. I know you are too. I know you are too.
She brought out the church.
She defended her brother too. Hey, you my brother in arms, Sean. We can't let this grift go this easy. We can't let it go.
You see, this is how they get y'all Negroes. She had to bring out a little quick church sermon. Mm-hmm. God has told me that I'm in this for the long fight, and I'm not going nowhere.
Let me tell you something. When people start saying the devil is a lie and I rebuke you, Satan, usually they lying.
They the damn devil. they rebuking themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So, but in her comments right there, she pretty much called Tamir Rice's mother an agent.
What?
COINTELPRO. She pretty much called her an agent. She's saying she's been manipulated, or her ego. She pretty much either called her selfish, pretty much.
She done let the man done got her, y'all.
Yeah, and she trying to say something. She's trying to make this woman seem crazy, selfish, or an agent.
Yep, that's what she's doing. She said when she said ego, she's trying to make it all about her. It has nothing to do with her son. It's about her seeking attention.
Yeah. Let's get to the second part of her response here.
Now, I think Shamari do it.
13 West 8th Street. I love that number 1313. You know why? 13 is the number of transformation. We are going to transform the world in which we live. We are not going to submit to evil. We're going to usher in something new. And things that are coming at us, that just tells us that we are having an effect. We need to be clear that the state doesn't come after organizations or people that are not having an effect. Black Lives Matter is having an effect. We are all part of a movement that is having an effect, that is in the midst of toppling the evil that is white supremacy. We are in the midst of toppling the evil that is patriarchy. We are in the midst of toppling heterosexism. We are in the midst of toppling this entire capitalist system that exploits workers, that is built on stolen land and stolen labor and stolen lives, and we are winning. And so when they come for us, when they try to criminalize us, when they try to threaten our safety, and when they try to discredit us, that's because we're winning. But you know what? The only way we lose is if we give up. So I'm not giving up. Are you gonna give up?
This woman is a witch. But
she done wrapped everybody into a nice little pretty little bow. She done put everybody that has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter under the same umbrella.
Well, no, that's not true. Black Lives Matter let it be known when they created their website that they were for homosexuality, women's rights, children. They never said anything about black men.
Well, she said stolen land. That's Native Americans.
And then she said heterosexism, which is same-sex couples being superior. They don't want same-sex couples to be seen as the norm anymore. So this movement, keep in mind, Black Lives Matter started the death of a black boy, male, or man, but it's been used to bring energy to every other social movement you can think of. Once again, the black man's energy is used to uplift everyone else except for him. And these type of people, when you get into these Black Lives Matter, intersectional people, these feminists, black men are not allowed to be the center of anything. It's against everything they believe the black man be the center of anything. So this is why she had to mix in everything when she made her point just there.
Yeah, that was pure, to me, that was pure globalism.
Yeah.
That was everything under the sun. They grafted in everything except for the black man and the black boy.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the way things been going since she came out, the people that helped bring Miss Samaria Rice's statement out, the influencers or activists on Twitter, they have been exposed for some of their views on black men and boys. We'll get to that soon, but this right here is D-Ray. This, remember when that what's the name of that movie? Coming to
Planet of the
Apes.
The little ape running around in the vest.
And they said it was him, and he started.
Hey,
but anyway,
why the fuck he run? No. Why the fuck he walking around in a vest for in the summertime?
I don't know. I think it became one of his trademarks, so he kept doing it. It's branding. It's called branding. Now, are you an activist or are you into the influencer business?
He was into,
only influencers care about branding.
He was into the influencer business.
But yeah,
clearly.
this is, yes, you see this right. This was sponsored by Wells Fargo, a bank,
and everybody
that has ties to slavery.
And they fucking up people's stimulus check right now. Wells Fargo ain't doing too good. They known for doing some fraudulent shit.
But when we speak about the people that's helping Miss Samaria Rice get her message out, these are the people. This is the woman here. This woman here, she's the one who's helping her get her message out. These are some of her beliefs. She said, "I have no faith in cishet black man can be transformed. None." This is September 30th, 2020. This is after George Floyd. This is after George Floyd. "Every day I develop true disdain for cishet black men." That's 2017.
So is she a lesbian?
I don't know. It's not. That's not the case. Now she has no tweets. Somebody look this up. She had no tweets talking about Samaria Rice before this happened. Before Samaria Rice came out, nothing about Mike Brown. So I respect her ability to stay loyal to what she believes, because she can get seen say shit about Samaria Rice.
So what changed?
Or Mike Brown. Well, it's time to move in and make your money. Now, you made an argument of, do she not like men? That's not her problem. She said, "I think my professor was right. I'll probably end up marrying a conscious white man who's pro-black." This was in 2015. Now, the only reason why I'm showing this, I don't care about her dating preferences. I don't care. I'm showing this to tell you the mindset of these people. She said, "I love white boys. Yes, they are my preference." That was 2012. So this woman who's saying she want to abolish black men. This is what she said: abolish black men at this point. This is now a person who's using Samaria Rice, the mother of Samaria Rice, to gain more influence. These are the people you're dealing with. Now, after all that stuff, she had to say this shit: "Justice for Samaria Rice looks like the end of neoliberal activism. The people Samaria Rice has named exploited these families and monopolized off their children's death for far too long. Mike Brown's father has spoken out." Listen. These people are fake. These people are anti-black male. Don't let the mumble jumble that they start speaking when you speak to them. "Oh, we don't want to abolish black men. We want to abolish patriarchy, masculinity, maleness."
Then that means that you want to abolish
black men.
Black men.
But anyway,
that's a masculine that's a man's trait.
Exactly. So when you look at the numbers and you constantly talk about how in these movements, we talked about how they always find a way to include other demographics in the black man's plight. Well, 226 black people were killed last year by police. 225 of them were black men. The one difference is Breonna Taylor, rest in peace. But overwhelmingly, it's black men. It's insane. But Then you hear the narrative of
Yeah, that's just like almost that story in the UK where just one white woman
killed by police and it becomes violence against women. Not police violence, but violence against women. Now, this is came out.
And the black man could make an argument that it's violence against black men because
it happens to him.
It happens to him, but that would be selfish. That would be selfish.
That would be very selfish. Now, this was put out on June 18, 2020 by the Mobile Walla play. It's an analytics company. They wanted to show who was showing up to these rallies. Now, it was by far majority white people showing up to these rallies, but that narrative coming out of those marches or rallies or riots, whatever you want to call them, was that black women were on the front lines, that black women were just overwhelmingly supportive of black men, and that black men don't do the same for black women. But when you look into the numbers, according to these people, African American males made up the majority of protesters in the 4 observed cities versus females.
So it was actually black men and white women marching. That's why we have so many mixed kids. I'm just joking.
Yeah, you better. But look at here. Men versus women in Atlanta, 61% to 39%. In Los Angeles, 65% versus 35%. In Minneapolis, 54% to 46%. And in New York, 59 to 41.
And black women outnumber black men
by 2 million.
By 2 million, so we can't say.
You can't say, well, it's less. No.
If this was Seattle, I would say for sure it should be more black.
Yeah, way more black men in Seattle.
Way more black men here than black women in Seattle.
Yeah. So if you don't agree with those statistics, okay. The CEO is I don't know what you want to say. He's Indian, maybe.
Indian.
I don't know.
He Brahmin.
His statistics of his analytics company says by far it was white people, and amongst black people, African American males overwhelmingly with a majority of people in the 4 cities that they got their numbers from.
Which would be the highest cities that people went out and
Minneapolis,
protest.
Atlanta, Los Angeles, and New York. So listen, I'm just saying that narrative should die now, right?
No, it ain't gonna die.
So when we talk about the black man is actually on the front lines of his own battles, we talk about the fact that the Black Lives Matter founders, the 3 women, have now profited off the death of all these black boys and women who were killed,
and don't even mention them in the their mission and value statement. Don't mention it.
Exactly. So now you see these internet activist influencers are beginning to, they want to move Black Lives Matter to the side. Maybe they couldn't get in on their own. Maybe Black Lives Matter didn't want to use them. But now we see they're still using black men to profit. Black women's wealth is 90% lower than white men. Goldman Sachs is investing billions to change that. I think it's 10 billion.
And when I read the article, the black man wasn't mentioned at all in the article.
Now ask yourself this question. Why would a bank, one of the most wealthiest banks, why would they want to invest billions into black women, not black people? Well, not the black community. They want to invest it directly into black women.
And it's funny how how can black women have such, I'm not gonna say all, y'all know who we shouldn't have to say all, we know who we talking to. How can y'all view black men as so toxic, but y'all can't even compare us to your wage? Y'all compare yourself to the white man.
Yep. Don't compare yourself to the black man.
You compare yourself to the white man and the white woman, because white woman make more than you too.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And then you starting to hear this narrative now that this country, or white supremacy, quote unquote, fears black women, not black men. They fear black women, but they're giving you billions of dollars, helping you start businesses, giving you loans out the ass to start businesses, going to college with a bunch of scholarships, but they fear you though. Listen, whenever another society, or should I say, whenever another culture is in control, you always use the woman of another culture to control it. You put the woman over the man so that it would be all discombobulated. So now you got a lot of black women walking around with egos as big as hell, and they look at their man in a very, very negative way, and they say, well, yeah, we deal with racism and it's bad, but look at us, we're succeeding. We're getting a whole bunch of loans, we're getting businesses, we're quote unquote the most educated group in demographic. Why aren't you guys pulling yourself up by your bootstraps? That's what happens. And it leads to complete destruction of your community. But when you say this, you hating on black women, you jealous of black women. No one is jealous of black women.
Yeah, black women are, I told you, I ran across videos of black women complaining about, it's an issue with black men growing their hair out now. Black men we're taking over the hair movement.
Black men have been wearing their natural hair since the 50s.
Are you mad because I guess other black women are going to black man's channel to figure out how to get hair to grow?
I don't know, man.
Are y'all mad because black men hair grow? I don't understand.
I don't know. And you got to keep this in mind. This is a very small group of our community.
Yeah, that's what they should realize. We're not talking about everybody. If it hits you, then that's what we talking about.
Hey, you get hit with a bullet. Hey,
you getting cut. I don't know what to tell you. Go put a bandage on you.
But yeah, this stuff is crazy. So even the people that's trying to expose the people that's using black bodies for wealth have negative views on those same people. You got people defending the idea of saying abolish black men because they say, well, Samaria Rice and Mike Brown weren't men, they were boys, so it's different. Well, you mean to tell me when those boys turn 18, they're no longer redeemable to you? This is the cancer that has to be cut off at some point. But I definitely got something down the road that we're gonna release to expose that side. But yeah, man, that's our opinion on that whole situation. I love the fact that she's trying to get Black Lives Matter up out of here. You said last time we spoke about this, you think it's the end of Black Lives Matter, and I think the public image is pretty much dying amongst black people. I don't know how far it's going down amongst other demographics though.
I think this COVID shutdown, it opened people's eyes. Most people are at home. Most people are on the internet researching and looking at stuff. I think, like you said, I think activism is dead. I think celebrity is dead.
Yeah.
I don't think people look at celebrities as their heroes. They don't worship them no more.
That's a good thing.
And that's almost like that TV show, American Gods, where the gods were no longer being worshipped.
And they get weaker.
And
they'll die off if they're not
worshipped. What is that show trying to tell us?
I don't know. But that's our opinion on that matter. Hopefully they get what they deserve. But this is things that's happening right now. A lot of people, a lot of activists, influencers are looking for jobs and high positions. And they protect each other. You see how that woman protected Sean King. But anyway,
that white man.
But anyway, that's our opinion matter. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment and tell us how you feel about it. You sound desperate as hell.
Leave a comment.
All praise to the Most High, man. Peace.